Today we're talking about leadership. I can tell you for free that not everybody is going to like you in leadership, and that is okay. My name is Bukky and you're welcome to Coffee, Couch and Conversations. So let's talk about leadership. What is leadership? We're talking about someone that has the vision, someone that has empathy, someone that has the strategy, someone that shows support, someone that leads generally. And that kind of person has to be strong-minded, strong-willed, and someone that has direction and focus. Are you really looking for someone to like you or for your team to like you when you're a leader? Not really. Someone like me, I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of family, I have people that I love and care about, and vice versa. So when it comes to the workplace, especially when it comes to leadership, I'm not really looking for friendship. I'm not really looking for friends. I'm looking to achieve goals and to achieve results. And that should always be your mindset as a leader. Number one thing you should have as a leader is empathy. You must always empathize with the people you're trying to lead. The vision is clear, yes, but does everybody understand that vision? Part of your role as a leader is to see or make sure everyone understands where you're going, the direction in which you're headed, the goal, the long-term vision of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. By doing that, a lot of people are going to be confused, a lot of people are going to be lost, a lot of people are going to be completely out of it. Showing empathy as a leader is one of the ways you can carry your team along and achieve great results. But friendship has got absolutely nothing to do with leadership. Looking for support, camaraderie, yes, that's brilliant, but friendship, no. And besides, the average person is not really looking towards achieving your exact goal. Sometimes there is a level of convincing. You have to convince your people. You have to make sure they buy into whatever it is you're trying to sell to them, and they have to actually understand why you're doing some of the things you're doing. So like I mentioned earlier, are we looking for people to like us? No. Are we looking for people to be our friends? No. Is it okay? It's absolutely okay. Trust me, it is very okay, because at the end of the day, it's for the better good of the team. Let's look at a team dynamic. Let's look at a corporate culture or a corporate environment when it comes to leadership. For example, we have a 5-year goal, and part of that goal is to acquire 1 million clients. Acquiring 1 million clients in whatever business you do is not going to be an easy feat. It's not going to be an easy task. Your role as a manager, a supervisor, or as the head of the business unit is to make sure that your team understands why we're trying to achieve 1 million clients over the next 5 years. Some of what it's going to take is going to be a lot of sacrifice, working longer hours, doing more than your job description. Is the average individual willing to do it? Not really, especially when there is no additional pay. There might be some incentives here and there, but at the end of the day, people want more money. So in the process of achieving this goal, this really, really, really high target, you're going to lose a lot of people along the way. You're going to make enemies along the way. But the reality is that this is not important, because what is important is that we've set a goal, we've set a vision, and we're going after it. Leadership is not about friendship. I can't overemphasize this enough. It is about really having that vision, and like I mentioned earlier, having a level of empathy and showing your team or your colleagues that you know exactly what you're doing. You're confident, you're strong, you're purposeful, you're driven. These are some of the qualities or the attributes of a good leader. So when it comes to people liking you, I'm not really sure it is as important as people understanding the vision and the reason behind the vision. So it is important that we carry every single team member along. Even the security guard in your company should understand why we do certain things that we do. If we want to welcome our customers with a smile, that smile should start from the security guard when the customers walk into the office complex. That shows that everybody is in line with the vision of the organization. Moving forward, we're going to set so many policies and strategies and principles in place in the organization to help us achieve these goals. It's not going to be an easy feat. People are going to be upset, they're going to be tired, they're going to be sad, they're going to evoke so many kinds of emotions. And really, that is not the problem of the visionary. That is not the problem of the leader. What the leader should be focused on, instead of focusing on whether my team likes me or not, the visionary should be focused on how I can get my people to carry on this vision with me, how I can get my people to buy into this vision along with me. So having people like you, and I'm using that word very carefully, like you as a leader when it comes to leadership, is not really something we should be focusing on as leaders. Okay, it's not that we're trying to create a hostile office environment. No, it's not that we're trying to create enmity or for our team members, colleagues, staff, whatever we want to call them, to hate us. No, we're not trying to raise enemies. We're not trying to build a hostile environment. No. However, our focus should be really, do we have a human resource person? Do we have a talent person in the organization? Let him or her worry about the emotions of the people while you stay focused on the strategy and the vision of the organization. Like I said, part of achieving this is having empathy. You must feel what your people are feeling. You must put yourself in their situation. I like to use myself as an example a lot on this series because many people feel like I'm just talking the talk and I've never walked the walk. That is not true. I have actually been in situations whereby I didn't particularly like what the visionary of the organization was doing. I didn't particularly buy into it. But I remember clearly well that I was carried along every step of the way. I had questions and they were ably answered to my understanding. My leader at that time gave me comfort in knowing that these extra hours I'm putting in, these long hours I'm putting in, is for the better good of the organization, which overall is for my better good. Because at the end of the financial year, when I'm looking for those bonuses, when I'm looking for that salary increase, when I'm looking for the promotion, the status car, the cell phone allowance, the Medicaid allowance, all those benefits, right? It has to come from somewhere. The profitability of the business. So when the leadership of the organization sets out high targets or unachievable targets, as some employees like to call them, just understand the vision of the leadership of the organization. Try to immerse yourself fully in that organization because it will help you remove all these sentiments and bad blood, so to speak, from your emotions, right? The bottom line is that every organization is set out for profitability. Those are for the for-profit organizations. We all want to make money. We all want to grow. Some visionaries are not even interested in revenue in that particular financial year. They're interested in customer acquisition. So the goal might be to acquire 1 million customers, like I said earlier, not necessarily paying attention to the revenue that would bring, but they want to be known internationally, they want to be known globally, they want to be known across the country, etc. So again, it is really important that we understand why our leadership is doing some of the things they're doing and remove personal sentiments from those things. Understanding the why is critical to our success in any organization. And we as leaders, I've heard it so many times that women are emotional beings. Women are very emotional. Maybe that is true. I can't really answer that. I'm not a medical doctor. But for whatever it is, if you're a woman in leadership, you need to understand that sentiments must be removed from leadership. You need to focus on why you are here. You need to show empathy to your team and carry each team member along. There is no point in having the people within the office space knowing the vision and then the people outside the office space not even understanding why we're here. What is the ethos of the organization? Why do we resume at 8 every morning and close by 6 every evening? The fine details, the little details, every employee in your organization should be carried along and should understand why. Do we really need people to like us? No. But do we need people to follow and support our leadership? Yes, we absolutely do. And these are some of the ways in which we can achieve that. So ladies and gentlemen, I encourage us that moving forward, especially those of us aspiring to partake in leadership roles within the organization, let's learn to remove emotions and sentiments from our leadership strategy. Because at the end of the day, that's not why we're here. It's not about our employees or our teammates liking us. We have people that like us. I'm sure if you think deep, there are people that like you outside of the organization. Some of you are family people. Some of you have a lot of friends, colleagues that like you, etc. So your leadership strategy should move away from likeness. It's not about people liking you. Don't get too focused or hung up on people liking you. What you should be focused on as a leader or someone aspiring to achieve a leadership position or a leadership role should be ensuring that you have empathy. When you have empathy, everything else falls in line, right? Because now you can put yourself in your people's shoes. Also, as the visionary of the organization or company, you need to carry all your teammates along. And by carrying them along, you need to explain the why. Why is it that we're doing X, Y, and Z? You need to explain it to them, to their understanding. This is where effective communication happens. It's not about explaining to your knowledge and capacity because you are above them in terms of expertise, but to explain to them in their own understanding, break it down to their level to make sure that they truly understand the why. Because you'll find out that once they have that understanding, it makes their life easier, and ultimately it makes your life as the leader easier. If you have any comments or feedback, let's have it in the comments. Thank you, and see you on the next episode. Bye.